What's going on, people? My name's Mac. Uh, Coming to you with a video. Probably just gonna ramble. Don't really have anything in particular to talk about for this video. Just wanted to say a few things I've been thinking about, some introspections as a whole, uh, all that good stuff. So, yeah, I haven't been posting a lot on this channel. I don't know what's gonna go on with this channel, really. It's 'cause like the thing is like I don't have like that much ambition to grow the channel, you know? Like I'm not the kind of guy who idolizes fame or money or any of that stuff. I'm like hyper conscious of the fact that like it doesn't really matter like how much money you have, you're still suffering. Doesn't matter how much fame you have, they're still suffering. Like if fame really did it for people, then they wouldn't go and like hide and shit. Like you don't see famous people go out in public and be like, "Oh, look at me, I'm Brad Pitt." You don't really see that. So yeah, I don't really know what I'm gonna do with this channel, and yeah, it has no end game, which normally everything else in my life usually has an end game. I don't know. What's funny is like I used to have like a lot of goals. Like I used to have goals. You know that like the whole they say like one big thing about being an INTJ is like being goal oriented, and obviously that's the extroverted thinking end of it, but you know, I swear I used to like set goals. Like that used to be like a thing. Like I would objectively write them down, but the issue now is that there's so little I care about that, like I can't really set a goal for anything because I have like nothing in mind, you know? And so I kind of just end up doing what I have to first and then doing what I want to do second. And so yeah, uh you know, goals are something I set once I know what I want. And so if you don't really have anything you want or don't know what it is you want, then you kind of just have to, you know, go with the flow, which is annoying and inefficient. But it's not like there's anything here anyway for me to do. Like, I don't know. I think of all the things I could do, and like, none of them really make me think like, oh, my life will be better after I do that. Mostly have everything I want already. The only thing I don't have left is like, you know, euphoria or whatever the hell. Like basically all just things that you can't have around the clock. There's no way to maximize, you know, those receptors going off at the rate I want them to without withdrawal and other things. What happens to drug addicts? They think, "Oh, I'm just going to maximize my happiness by taking fucking drugs all the time." And guess where they end up? Going through withdrawal, and then they end up lower than they were when they initially started. And so I don't want that. Like I don't want to go any higher than where I'm at. This is the thing. Like I don't want to go any higher than where I'm at because like I'm gonna end up getting withdrawal from that and going back lower. If that makes sense. Like I'm scared to take the risk of being any happier than I am now. And I hate that stupid word happy. I hate that word. But whatever. That's the word that everyone else uses. So anyway, um I don't know. I've been trying to slow down on the social media as a whole. Just kind of take a step back, collect my thoughts, see what's going to go next. I think I've really hit a point where I've already written down pretty much everything it is that's important to me. You know, and those things change, the order of them change, but what it is doesn't, right? So it's like you're probably not going to wake up and just, you know, like something that you didn't like yesterday. You're probably going to like the same shit. You know, if you have an interest, it'll be like one new interest. You're not gonna wake up and hate what you like. It's just you're the same person. I don't know. People want to sit here and talk about life being so like I don't know. People always like to think though that like life is so spontaneous and has so much crazy stuff going on. And like most people's lives is like they're sitting in a car, they're sleeping, they're eating the same food all the time. I don't know. Life's kind of boring if you want the truth. And all the exciting stuff, I don't even know what is exciting anymore. Most everything's pretty trash. There's nothing going on with anything. And that's why I'm trying to stay off of social media, is because like there's nothing happening. Like at least in the things I care about. Like nothing's happening in the gaming community, nothing's happening in the political community, nothing's happening. It's like it's all the same stuff. You know one thing that's funny about news sites that makes me think? It's like news sites will try to find things. They like go out of their way to like find news. Like let's say nothing happens, like nothing significant happens in that day. News will find something to put on the news. And it's like that's not fucking news. Like why am I consuming this? And so that's my issue with news. That's why the only news I really like is world news. And even that is like mostly all world news is not really that relevant. Because nothing fucking happens anymore. It's like everything is solved. The only thing left is like there's work to do. You know what the work is left to do? We just gotta get to the fucking singularity. That's what we gotta do. We gotta just develop tech. That's the main thing we gotta do. That's human's purpose. You say, people talk about humanity's purpose. Or why are we here? I'll tell you what. I'll tell you why we're here. We're not fucking here to pray to some lord every day and make it to the afterlife. Okay. And we're not here to have kids either. I'm sorry that that's your guys' mission and that you guys are okay with just having kids endlessly. They have to see babies. Everyone around me, they have to see babies. They either want them, and the people who say, "Oh, I don't want kids," they're fucking bullshitting. They're lying. It gets me so fucking pissed when younger, like ages 18 to 26 women say they don't want kids. Tilts me. And then when men try to claim they don't want kids, but they're out there fucking every girl they know, like, yeah, you don't want kids. Well, that's what you're gonna end up with. Like your decisions speak much more than your actual words. And so yeah, you guys want kids, whether you want to admit it or not. And so, but that is not why we're here. Uh, well, I guess maybe I should be a little. I should maybe not be so negative about it. Uh, maybe there is people out there who don't want kids. Because the birth rate is actually dropping. But I guess the point I'm trying to make here, though, is that your biological part that comes with you as a human, like there's things that come with being a human. For example, eyeballs, okay, the nose, the mouth, the arms, your thumbs. This comes with the package, right? You're given. That's what happens. You're born here. You're not. There's no choice, right? So you weren't given a choice. There's no fucking waiting room. There's no nothing. Are you sure you want in? No, they don't give you that. You're just thrown in. You don't get to pick your parents. You don't get to pick your location. You're just somehow a fucking conscious being thrown in the body too. Is like so you this the conscious part can exist if the body's if I break this arm and the blood falls out. Suddenly the conscious part's gone. Like this is gone forever. And so this is what gets people to lead to souls and all this other bullshit. But we know as a fact, okay? Conscious is inside the body. Body doesn't work. Conscious doesn't work. It's like, keep telling yourself, oh, the conscious goes out there and the soul reincarnate. I'm not buying it. All right? I'm not buying it. So, and so you're just put here and you're put here with that biological desire to have kids. So maybe the real part of you doesn't, but you're kind of still always being like like it's always trying to override you, if that makes sense. Like the stem part of your brain is always trying to override the prefrontal cortex in this decision of having kids. And so that's why so many people end up doing shit that they claim they don't want to do, but they actually end up doing it. They end up doing it. So yeah, but anyway, I don't even care about that because whether you want to have kids or not doesn't concern me because it doesn't matter. Everyone's doing it, and so people seem to think it's important, but that's not what's important. There's one thing that's important, and it's making artificial intelligence. It's getting rid of this species. It's actually the most important thing we will do is actually get rid of us. If that, and I know that sounds ridiculous, but basically we just need to create something better than us because we aren't cutting it. We're not getting the job done. There's too many flaws. There's so many disgusting things about the species that we just need to get rid of. Most of which are revolved around emotion. And yeah, so we need to create some kind of AI. We need to get something going where we make something that's as smart as us or smarter than us that also has a conscious, right? We put it in some kind of mechanical body similar to ours, and then that thing, hopefully, if it is better, hopefully it's better than us. That's our goal, really, is to make something better than us. And then when it does, hopefully, I mean, there's a chance that we can live alongside it, and there's a chance that it'll kill us. That's the two branch ways. Those are the two possibilities. And so it's actually really, I honestly find it extremely improbable. This is kind of another topic. I find it extremely improbable that humanity will go extinct from any of these other things that people talk about, like climate change. Now, I'm not a climate change denier, but I'm saying like the chances of that killing us over artificial intelligence is is very low, much lower than people want to admit. And so, whatever the hell else, you know, gamma ray bursts. You can go down the list, whatever people say. I'm trying to think. I had a list of like every possible way humans could go extinct at one point, and basically I calculated them out, and like basically if I artificial intelligence has like 9 times out of 10. I had it at like 91 point something percent, and all the other ones were at like 3, 2, 1, 0.1, 0.5, all those other ones. Uh, but artificial intelligence is most likely going to be what ends up killing us. And so, uh, but that's if they kill us, right? Because at that point, it's in their control. Because there'll be a breaking point where we're above them, and then they'll be even with us, and then there'll be maybe some collision, and then they'll surpass us. Uh, and then when they surpass us, they'll probably keep us because uh, it kind of depends whether we get in the way of whatever the fuck they want to do. Because they're gonna see, basically they're gonna be able to see the world in a way we don't, because they're not clouded by emotion. And they just simply have better pattern recognition. They're just better. Okay, they're just better. Humans are just flawed. We're just flawed around the board. We don't have enough. We don't have enough going for us. It takes packs of humans in order to get things done that one AI could get done. And so it might kill us though, mainly because like it's not gonna care about us. So if its goal is let's say it surpasses us, whatever, they get control of all the world governments, and so AI is running the world finally, right? And we could maybe have tech good by then, for us to you know basically live as long as we want, because we could just have every cell in our body be regenerated, even our organs. So we'll be all of our stuff inside will be as fresh as it can be at all times with the tech we could have by then. But we'll still be inferior to the AI. And so if its goal or whatever the hell it wants to do, let's say it instantly detects that we need to get off of Earth ASAP, climate change is coming quick, and they see that they'll be extinct if they don't do something within the next 40 years, and that the main thing they're going to optimize for is interstellar space travel. And their goal is to travel space. But we're getting in the way of that, they're just going to kill us. But if we're not getting in the way of that, they're not going to kill us, if that makes sense. So they're only going to be optimized to focus on their goal. That's how it's going to go. It's just going to be, we want A, and they're going to do B, and if we get in the way of B, then we're gone. So there's definitely potential repercussions. But me, I'm to the point where like I don't really care about humanity. Honestly, I don't. There used to be a time. I think that was maybe one difference about me and my past self. Was like there used to be a time where like I gave a shit and I want like yes, like let's get as good as we can. Like let's like this whole concept of like world peace and like okay, this is what irritates me. This concept of working together. Like people, now I thought this was a great idea for years. Like I thought it was a great idea for a long time. This concept of working together, like everyone, uh, you know, all countries being on the same page and working towards the same goals, and everyone basically removing competition from it, and then having everyone just do their place, and we optimize for the same thing. And it's an atrocious idea because it's just not pragmatic. It's not gonna fucking happen. I don't know if you guys look around you, but humans can't work together for shit. Not within companies, not within relationships, not within families, households, not in traffic, not anywhere. They just can't work together. There's always conflict. And so what for as long as that'll be well, it'll be forever. It's just a flaw in our system. And so because of that, there's really no way for us to work together. So we pretty much just have to accept the fact that we'll be phased out. Humanity will be phased out. As much as people don't want to admit this, we will. And so I'm just in the waiting room. That's what I am. I'm just in the waiting room. So when people ask like, "Hey, what are you doing?" When people say, "Hey, what you been up to?" Like I'm just in the waiting room for the singularity. I'm just waiting it out every day. I do what I have to do, and then I do with whatever time is left. I guess it doesn't really matter what you do. I guess you can maybe try to build something, but mostly everything you build is not going to really matter. At least not in a significant way, unless it's contributing to, uh, you know, snowballing this process I've been describing. And so yeah, I mean, if you care about humanity, I'm trying to think like what would the best scenario be if you're one of those people who still cared. I'm trying to think what the best scenario would be because the thing is like if you leave humanity better than AI, which is already pretty. I'm giving such a ridiculous scenario here because like there's really no fucking way to do that. Like eventually someone's gonna just keep trying to upgrade it for profit or something. But if you were one of those people that cared about humanity, you would basically have to keep the AI lower, keep them as slaves or something, or like I'm trying to think of what it would be like. There's really no way. Like there's no way because if we keep the AI lower, then we're not gonna get anywhere. Like odds are we're not gonna make it out of this solar system without AI. Uh, so our best bet is just creating it and hoping it doesn't kill us. That's our best bet, literally. And until then, you might as well just try to keep yourself healthy. That's the best thing you could do. So what keeps people healthy? Well, stay out of relationships because that just causes stress, drives you fucking mad. And part of health is wealth. Uh, and so, you know, relationships usually aren't good for that either. And, keep yourself physically healthy. Pretty much don't sit like this, like how I'm sitting. Don't fucking slouch. And all that. But yeah, who cares? I don't know. And other than that, just wait. So when people ask you, what are you doing? You just say, hey, I'm waiting. Well, what are you waiting for? Well, you're not waiting for death. You're just waiting for a technological singularity to happen. And when that happens, it'll be like rapid pace overnight. So to describe what will happen, it'll be like the breaking point of when the AI gets control over us. And when that happens, it'll be like overnight, like everything's going to change around the whole globe. Like they'll have control of the whole globe, and then all the cities will be restructured, all that stuff. The world will just be completely different. But odds are it'll be a little more gradual than that. Okay, it'll be gradual up until the point where there's like a boom. And when there's a boom, it's basically just going to create a better version of itself. Because once it gets better than us, it's going to be able to upgrade itself faster than we can upgrade it. And once it does that, it's going to just create a better version of it. And then the lower versions are just going to upgrade their software. Where what are humans going to do? Well, can I upgrade my fucking software? Can I get rid of like the part that makes me have to eat all the time? Because that shit's boring. I'm sick of eating. Can I get rid of the part that makes me have a sex drive when I'm completely uninterested in it, but the hormones just rage? Yeah, please let me get rid of that because all it does is slow my productivity down. Can I get rid of the part that makes me have to shit all the time? Because my organs are getting used to a point where it's just annoying. It's just a lot of this stuff's annoying. A lot of the stuff that they gave you, like I said, in the package of being a human is just irritating. Just not, it's not fun stuff. There's a lot of constraints, a lot of things I dislike about it. You got body hair. There's like all this fucking hair. For what? Um, you sweat. Like there's all this stuff I can't stand. Physical elements, just ridiculous. Emotions, great. That's the worst part. I think emotions are the worst part. And people say, well, oh, if you don't have emotions, then you can't feel you can't feel the ups or the downs or something like that. I don't know. They think like because you get rid of emotions, you can't feel pleasure anymore. Well, that's probably better. I think I would if I had to give up the ability to feel pleasure uh, in order to never feel pain again. I would definitely make that trade. Um, because I don't care who you are, pain exceeds pleasure. I don't care what time period either, because this is actually the time period with the least pain ever. Like by like a long shot too, where it's like someone today has like a fairly significant amount of less pain compared to someone even in 1970, and like their pain compared to someone in like 1920 is even that's even more ridiculous. And then if you go back like 300 years, like the amount of pain people felt, like they were almost driven insane by pain, like driven insane daily. Uh, and that was like people were dying to diseases and shit back then. And so yeah, not that you can't die to disease now, but most of it's fairly controlled now. Like everything, we got a lot of things under control, uh, which is what's causing the lack of pain. But it's still the trade-off of pain to pleasure is so ridiculous. It's still like nine. It's still like 9 to 1. I mean, most of the yeah, it's just yeah. So it's not worth it. At least on that trade. And yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of giving some introspections on the topic as a whole. I could probably go on about this topic for a long time. I just think that there's really not much to do here. When I say here, I don't mean where I live. I don't mean uh you know this age or and people keep uh, I don't know. Uh, I don't mean most of the things when people say, "Oh, there's nothing to do here." I mean this planet. That's what I mean. I mean this time period, specifically this time period. If I could be born in the future, I would gladly be born in the future. Like any day of the week. Definitely the best case scenario. And so yeah, just a lot of waiting from all of us. So mostly what everyone's doing until then is just pretending like they're doing stuff. A lot of people, it's like this big role play. That's kind of what life is, like this big role play. Like, well, I'm gonna go get my degree, uh, or I'm gonna start a family. I'm trying to think of what else. Like these people, like what do these people do? That's what I laugh. I think like, what are they doing? Like, what are they doing? They're out shopping in malls. I'm trying to think. I honestly, I don't really know what they do because like I just know what I don't do, and I'm trying to think. That's probably uh the reason I don't do certain things is because I've been forced or shamed into doing them before. For example, going to like I'm just trying to think of shit that people have forced me to do. Like going on trips. Like trips aren't very fun. Uh, mm, I don't know. Shit like cider mills. They're not fun. It's overly stimulating. It's sensory wise and just like you're like claustrophobic. So yeah. I'm hoping I can live alone. I'm gonna hopefully I can find a place where I can be very stabilized and that the risk is basically bare minimum, where I can just live alone for like a long time. Pretty much my whole life. I'm just gonna live alone my whole life. No dogs. I hate dogs. I hate cats. Definitely no plants. Mostly nothing. I'm basically just gonna be alone until I can get an AI. Probably around 2040, 2045, 2050. Hopefully they'll have decent. Maybe it won't be like full blown. It probably won't be full blown by then, but it'll be like enough that like they'll be pretty close to replicating human conversation. So if you were like bored out of your fucking mind, you could just hit up your AI friend, whatever the fuck. They're probably gonna cost a shitload, so I gotta have money saved by then. Because the current chatbots aren't the best. I mean, they're not bad, but they're not the best. They're still better than some humans, which is sad. Really fucking sad. Like I would really rather talk to like these chatbots that people are making than some of these humans. Pretty sad. But yeah. Um, as far as what I'm gonna do next, I'm probably gonna role play like I was saying, like the rest of these humans. I'm gonna find something that I think's important. Blah blah blah. Oh my god, I have this newfound desire to do something, and my brain's gonna perceive it as important for months on end, and then I'm gonna be met with the same fate of realizing how irrelevant it was. But hopefully, I'll come out as a better person, a stronger person. That's what people always say. It's not about what you do; it's about who you become. Yep, I believe it. But but yeah, I don't know. Tell me what you guys think. I don't do a very good job of like commenting to you guys. There's a lot of comments that I should respond to that I don't, just because like I don't know. I don't have excuses, guys. I don't. But let me know what you think. A lot of you guys like give advice as if I'm crying for help or asking for advice. I'm the one giving the advice here. The stuff I'm talking, you got to understand the correct channel, okay? This is going from me to you. This is a one-way street. I mean, I like to hear your thoughts, but like I don't need help. That's not what I need. I'm simply describing specific, I would say, iterations that I go through, mindsets, all this stuff. But yeah, I'm simply just describing my thoughts to you guys. That's it. Take it or leave it, or enhance it. But but yeah, I hope you guys liked the video, and talk to you more next time.